What's up and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm working on a new J-series motor for my J2K CRV. Currently it has a J32 A2, but I'm going to a J35, but I'm having to modify it to do the J2K, so I figured I'd just show you guys how to do that. We out here in the streets, boy. All right, so we're going to the dyno with the new J35 on Thursday. And I want you guys to guess in the comments the closest horsepower and torque that we're gonna make. I got some new shirts coming out. The logo, I'm gonna change this up a little bit so it may not have the background on this. But got a t-shirt and I got this one. Pretty cool shirts, I like them. Couple different logos. So y'all let me know in the comments your closest guess, horsepower and torque, and whoever gets closest by Thursday, I will send you a free shirt. And just for full disclosure, this is a J35 A3 bottom end with J35 A8 pistons, J32 A2 heads, and J37 A1 cams. It'll be tuned on pump 93. It's on Haltech 750. That's about all there is to it. Let me know. On the back side of the block, these are main cap bolts right here. So you have to remove this one and this one down here because this one over here has to be trimmed to fit the half shaft. These are recessed and do fine, but this one would sit up flush and it gets in the way of the CV axle. So we have to counterbore that, which I've already done there, and then install some Allen head bolts. Okay, you can see that sits pretty flush. The Allen's sticking up just a smidge, and that's fine. So we have to do that over here as well, and then we've got to chop off part of this corner. I just figured I'd show you guys how I did it for my J32, because we got to do it to this one too. So I actually sell a kit to do this. So I sell the counterbore bit, and obviously mine is filthy. Yours won't look like this, it'd be brand new. And the 2 bolts required. They're available on HondaResource.com, and you can check it in the comment, or check it in the description for a link to them. The shorter one's gonna go here, and the longer one is gonna go over here. We're gonna torque them to 49 foot-pounds, which is the same torque spec that all the main cap bolts on the sides goes to, 49 foot-pounds. That's all you gotta do. Now to do the counterbore on this one, you can see it's not counterbored yet. This is how it is factory on this. This one over here was just kind of flush before. But now you see that's recessed down in there, and we've got plenty of clearance for an axle. Now these counterbore bits, they eat this pretty quick. I mean, it's aluminum, and you see it comes off in big flakes. You will need a drill with a 1/2-inch chuck to be able to run these bits though. So I'm using my Milwaukee here, and it get pretty good. And you do need to take an air blower and blow down in this hole to get all the aluminum bits out of the bolt hole, because you don't want any of those remnants in there. This one you have to just drill deep enough to sink that head, and this one you got to drill out. You can see I drilled it out a good bit more because we have to cut a big piece of this off that you'll see in a minute. I'm probably getting close to an inch there, 3/4 of an inch to an inch. And that one, like I said, is just deep enough for the head. Now, as for this piece, I've seen people grind it down and all this other stuff, but for me, I found that using a wood blade on a Sawzall works best because it eats it really quick, minimal effort. Just cut it right here, just below that bolt hole, straight across. Now I'm gonna flip it over to where I can just come straight down, and we're gonna go straight through this hole. And so what I'm saying is we'll come through this kind of an angle, and we're gonna go straight to that point there and just take off basically this corner of the block. You don't need this bolt hole for the adapter plate. It doesn't even have a spot for that on the adapter plate. So we gotta chop this corner off, and then it'll be ready for J2K. Now I got that piece out of the way, I just got to clean this up, get all the shavings off of it, and that'd be done. I'll be able to put my bolt in there. I countersunk it before I cut all this, that way it stayed true. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the last little bit of modification you'll need to do is this ear here. You have to cut that off because it interferes with this, the CV boot, because CV boot is literally going to be right here. So we got to trim this off. Just do it with the Sawzall too, with the wood blade. Does pretty good. That's pretty much that. You see there where I chopped that piece off, and it's pretty close to the same height as the rest of the block there. And then you can see there where that came off. And I got my bolt in there. So that bolt's in, and that bolt's in. They're both torque to spec. All right, so back to the CRV. I've kind of got the motor together now. This is a J35 A3 bottom end. Has Acura RL pistons. I believe it'd be a J35 A8. And then we've got the J32 A2 heads. And then a J37 A1 cam for both heads. I went ahead and had new Supertech valve seals installed on the heads. Had them just cleaned up, resurfaced, make sure they're 100%. I had bought some of those Chinese headers on it. I was going to use them, but so here's the little Chinese headers I bought off eBay, and you can kind of see there where I marked where the gasket overlays on that, and you can see the ports not even close to matching up. Overlaying the gasket on the stock manifold lines up perfect. So the stock manifold definitely going to flow better than this junk. So put them back up there on the wall for now. Anyways, we decided to go back and with the stock manifolds and do that for now. P2R headers are great, but I can't utilize how they route under the oil pan because my starter sits there. I did get a couple things from P2R, like I got the yellow timing covers. Those are pretty cool. Got the valve seals from P2R and the camshaft adapters because it's a Gen 2 camshaft and a Gen 1 head, so you have to have a little spacer over here. Adjusted all the valves, and now I just gotta put the valve covers back on and put the intake on, fill this baby up with some fluids. Hopefully be ready to start it up here shortly. All right, so now I've got everything reassembled, I believe. I don't have coolant in it yet, but I do have oil in it. I spun it over to prime the oil system. I've still got to put on the throttle cable, but let's see if it'll start up. I don't know. Nothing yet. All right, so I figured out the issue. I got my laptop out because it wouldn't start, and turns out it was from where I had the crank position unplugged while I was priming the oil system, and it threw a code to the Haltech, but the Haltech shut it down essentially to keep it from starting, even though I'd already plugged it in. So I plugged it in before I had actually attempted to start it, but that's what was keeping it from starting. So now you can see that it will start. Give her a second to boot up. Bam. We out here in the streets, boy. So while I was at it, I went ahead and modified those mounts like I talked about in the last video. Shifted the whole engine backwards about an inch because like before, the clutch line was essentially touching the back of the fan here. You can see we got a gap here now. I had cut that shroud out so it would go around the exhaust. You can see we got a gap. So that's good stuff. I had to modify all these, shift them back. But if I didn't tell you I modified them, you'd probably never know it. Also, I put the 3.5 intake spacer on here. It's supposed to give it a little more torque, so we will find out on Thursday when I go back to the dyno. We got the P2R, they call them gold timing covers. I would say it's yellow, but they call it gold, so we'll call it gold. I put the Cusco strut tower bar on. I'm a dealer for these, so if you need one of these, check out the site below. I got those I can get those. I got the round bar and the oval bar. Just get at me. Also had to change up the radiator hoses because before the engine was forward, so now with the back, I had to make some new ones and also added a thermostat because we didn't have a thermostat before. Good stuff. Got the electric power steering working. Still got the AC. It's down there somewhere. You can kind of see the AC lines there. It says Galaxy. That's a AC line going to the compressor. So yeah, we still have all the amenities. AC, power steering, cruise control, ABS. I love it, man. It's a freaking CRV, man. It's just so fun to me. I've had to put new rotors and junk on the front. Oh, update on the brakes. I did get my yellow calipers that I had purchased. I got them for the rear. Still got them in a box. Haven't decided if I want to leave the pink, but I kind of like how the pink goes with the graphic and the yellow goes with this graphic, right? But what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below what I should do. Should I put the yellow ones on the back too? They look good. They look just as good as these. I like the pink. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you stopping by and checking out this video. Hopefully, we'll see you later this week whenever we go to the dyno and see what we can make. Also, I'll be at Southern Fresh car show in Marietta, Georgia. Be there next Saturday. So if y'all want to come by and check out CRV, I'll be there.